What's up, guys? I'm the Wrestlegamer. Welcome back to the Let's Play Time Tenshi 2 Special Edition right here on the arcade. On the last episode, Princess Neferu-re turned into Princess She-Hulk and went on a rampage and basically tore everybody up. And when you tear somebody up in a different time, you gotta remember they just simply, their clothes disintegrate and they disappear going back into their time. So, Kenji is woken up on a gurney and got to see all these smiling faces, making sure that he was okay. So, this was the last line in the last episode, so let's go ahead. Tessa, Rose. I quickly grabbed Tessa as well. With both her and Kyo in my arms, we made our way over to Rose's gurney, where I beamed my happiness with the broadest smile I ever had in my life. You're all alive. When did you wake up?
A couple of hours ago, at least that's when I woke up. Tessa woke up about half an hour ago, and Rose just woke up. Sorry I didn't wake you then, but Michelle said that you've been sitting here for hours watching over us, so I decided to let you sleep at least until the others were awake.
Alright, so are you all better now? Does Grandpa know that you're awake, or? Yeah, the old man knows. I looked around and realized that I was still wearing my communicator. When Kyo woke up, I called him to let him know that she was up.
Yeah, and he gave me pretty much the same treatment that you just did when you saw me up and about. Although I have to be honest, I'm still kind of amazed that we came out of that one as well as we did.
I know, when I saw all of you go down, How bad was it anyway? I mean, what she did.
It was bad, Kenji-kun. Tensei, he showed me the results of our tests from when we first came back, and if it weren't for those new quantum regenerators, I'm not sure we'd had even made it.
Quantum regenerators?
Yeah, Tensei said the regenerators were something he and Michelle created before Bunny and Mizuki first appeared. They're based on our studies of how time travel can affect the human body and are designed to make us heal faster in case something happened. Ever since I got up, I've been running around taking care of everyone's injuries and making sure they're healed properly, and...
Relax, you don't need to worry about me anymore, Ken. There ain't nothing wrong with us now. That can't be cured by serving the wannabe Queen of the Nile a major league tut-kicking. What about you, Rose? Blinking a few times as I trailed off, Rose lifted up both of her legs. Why her legs? Don't worry, my legs still work, though I'm still very sore. Could have been worse, Rose. At least we'll have a chance to get getting ourselves some payback.
Hey, payback can wait. Right now you both need to get some rest and recover. You both took a pretty bad beatings in that last fight.
You got hurt pretty bad yourself, Kyo. Don't strain yourself either.
Yeah, but I'm still in better shape than either of you.
Before I could say anything else, the door to the experimental lab opened, revealing the face of Grandpa, still creased with concern. Oh, Rose! As he staggered into the experimental lab, many of the years fell away from my grandfather's face as he darted up to Rose. Michelle told me you had woken up. Are you alright, my dear? Does anything still hurt? Oh no, I'm still a little sore, that's all.
We're alright, Tensei. I just spent the past few hours doing every test I knew and everything looks good. We're still a bit banged up, but nothing a day's rest and relaxation won't cure.
I was sure I could see a tiny tear in Grandpa's eyes for just a second, but if there was one, then he quickly shook it away. It's good to see you all feeling better. Doing voices hurts, I can tell you that. Back in the future world, the Egyptian princess sat upon her bed. Her body had returned to normal for the most part, though her breasts were still swollen and large, and she was wearing a revealing bathrobe. Yeah, that's very revealing. Bunny was sitting next to her, and both watched the door opening as Mizuki entered. I just finished checking on all of our systems and found out how Tensei's helpers were able to get to us here. They buried a virus in the time window that allowed them to hijack it. Somehow they were able to get the exact date to activate it and open it up for them. It's just as you said, Princess Neferu-re. So far, everything is happening just like you said it would. As I said, it might, Mizuki. As I myself have admitted, there are many potential paths that the flow of time may take. And even I cannot predict which path our adversaries may choose. But still, it does make you wish that you had listened to our dear princess when she warned you about that particular path, doesn't it? Even so, we still have a problem. One of the unfinished quantum guards is missing, and so are the crystals that we went back to Palanque for. Also, it looks like all of our files were copied and uploaded to another location. And since you used your quantum guard in front of them, they're bound to try and reverse engineer them, so they can make more for themselves. Agreed, but that does not matter. Mizuki frowned that much more deeply as she noticed Neferu-re's cool smile. And why is that? Because the potential paths our opponents can now take are very limited, and all of them lead to the critical moment. The moment upon which everything hinges. We will be able to put all the pieces into place to remake this world, to prevent the plagues that reduced your civilization to its current state, and return to you everything that you've lost. Really? You're sure about that? I am. Only one great obstacle remains, but that is all that stands between us and the rebirth of this world. And this would be the one moment you kept telling us about. The one moment that you claimed to be completely blind to. Unfortunately, yes, all I can be sure is that everything hinges on that moment. If we succeed, this world will be renewed. But if we fail, then we better make certain that we don't fail. I just wish you hadn't had to use one of the Quantum Guard's offensive modes before we had a chance to properly test it. If I was to deal with our foes, then I had no choice but to do so. And given that what modes we have tested function as hoped for, I knew there was no risk. She has a point, Mizuki dear. After all, it's obvious that the detox mode is working perfectly. And besides, we've already given her a thorough examination, so we know that it didn't do anything bad to her. The princess isn't like you or me, Bunny. Her physiology is unique, and we still can't be sure just how the guard would affect it. And Princess Neferu-re, I want you to let us know that if you feel any discomfort or illness, anything to indicate that there might be a problem. There will be no such things, Mizuki, but I will promise to do so if it will reassure you. Alright. We still have a lot of work to do. We need to find more chrono crystals to make enough 4D lenses for our plan to work. And I need to go through the time windows coding to make sure that Tensei's people didn't leave any other surprises in there for us. We also need to see about replacing Neferu-re's clothing, hopefully with something that will stretch a bit better with her. It is too bad about your old clothes, though. I really did like the way they looked on you. Then, if you wish, you can make my new garment like my original clothing. It hardly matters to me, however. In any case, Princess, I strongly suggest that you take it easy for a while. Using the Quantum Guard undid some of your detoxing, and I want you to recover. Don't forget, your safety is of paramount importance. It certainly is. In the meantime, I need to go plan our next trip. And Bunny, feel free to help in building more quantum guards and crafting more lenses. We need to have everything in place if we're going to make this work. Sure I will, just as soon as I'm done making sure that our princess is in perfect condition. I wish you'd take things a little more seriously. Mizuki sighed in annoyance as she left the room. Well, Mizuki is never happy with this. From her perspective, a great deal has gone wrong, and she has been proven wrong on certain matters she had taken for granted. It's to be expected. Yeah, I know. And waiting half a day for you to shrink back down enough to be able to get out of the time window room didn't help either. Bunny leaned in closer to the princess. So, be honest with me, what did it feel like powering up like that? I don't think I can adequately describe it. It is something that must be experienced to truly appreciate. The best way I can put it to you is that it feels exquisite. Pure power, like you are shedding the skin of a previous existence and growing into something greater. Or grander, I should say. But as I said, words do not do it justice. It is something you must experience for yourself. Well, I I didn't think the steroid look would work for me. But there are a few of the Quantum Guard's other moves that I'm looking forward to trying out. You will have the chance to do so, Bunny. That I can promise. Some time had passed as I sat in the experimental lab listening to the heated conversation the girls were having. Then what's your brilliant battle plan for the next time we bump into the Royal Pain and she mega buffs up? Challenge her to a wet t-shirt contest?
No, of course not, but I don't want to gross myself out of existence just to fight them.
Face it, our only options for taking them down are to either fight fire with fire or find some way of putting their toys out of action.
I've already been working on studying the Quantum Guard you found in the future, along with the crystals. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to make much headway since.
Grandpa paused solemnly.
However, with all of you awake, we should be able to make some progress on reverse engineering this technology, and hopefully finding a weakness in it that we can exploit.
As the others nodded in approval, I frowned and looked at my grandfather. You know, I still don't understand it.
Don't understand what, Kenji?
It's just, well, how was Neferu-re able to transform like that anyway? She became so huge, so fast. How is something like that even possible?
Why are you both bothering with that, Kenji? We grow all the time ourselves. Only we grow in the right places.
Seriously, do you ever think about anything but boobs?
Well, I can't be certain until we fully study the Quantum Guard and such. But if I had to guess, I'd say it's an outgrowth of the same principles that cause the girls' bodies to transform whenever they go through the time window.
But how does that even work? I mean, I know I'm not a scientist or anything, but, and maybe it's not important right now, but how are they even able to come up with something like this? You know, Kim's got a point there, Tensei, and heck, self-inflating boobs seem pretty impossible to me, too. So how does time travel do stuff like that to us?
Yeah, I have to admit, that's a fair question. Consider it like this. A drawing on a piece of paper has 2 dimensions, correct? But convert it to 3 dimensions, and it grows along the 3rd dimension.
So hold on, what you're saying is that we go through time and our boobs get all big, they're actually expanding into 4 dimensions?
No, Tessa. What I mean is that your bodies as a whole are expanding into 4 dimensions. The growth of your assets is merely a side effect of that dimensional expansion, one that's caused by a stimulation of a part of your brains fed by energies encountered in time travel. However, from what you've told me, this Quantum Guard is capable of stimulating the brain in different ways, causing different effects and stimulating different forms of growth, as well as supplying the body with enough energy to enable this growth.
In other words, Bunny and Mizuki have found a way of weaponizing the thing that causes our breasts to expand.
Ooh, I wonder if I could use one of those Quantum Guards to make my boobs even bigger than ever. Hee hee.
You would say that, Kyo. What I'm worried about is how they intend to use this new technology. The recent targets of Mizuki and Bunny's activities, they don't fit their original pattern.
I know, Kenji and I talked about that. Before they were always went to wars and plagues or other natural disasters.
But now, it's like they're targeting the places they've been going to for some specific reason. Like when they did that paradox experiment.
Agreed. Well, Michelle, do you have any idea as to what they're trying to do?
If I had to guess, the reason they're doing what they're doing is because they're either done experimenting or they've never even tried to experiment after the change in time. So now they're proceeding to the next stage.
Going straight to causing a time paradox. Actually trying to rewrite time themselves.
But how does Princess Neferu-re fit into all of this? And why did they go to Palanque? What's the connection?
Well, a lot of people have compared the Egyptian and Mayan civilizations. They both have pyramids, both have made a lot of different scientific advancements. A lot of people even think that they were somehow in contact with ancient aliens.
Well, I don't know about that last part, but one thing is for certain. This all started with Princess Neferu-re's abduction. And the fact that Mizuki and Buddy deliberately targeted her makes it clear that she's no ordinary woman.
Yeah, and the fact that an ancient Egyptian can speak English makes that pretty obvious.
But even so, we still don't know what they have in mind. And I'm afraid that we don't have much time before they make their next move. So we better get to work trying to figure this out. Tessa, I'm going to need you to get to work on decrypting those files you retrieved from the future.
Okay, Tensei, but I'm warning you right now, that's probably gonna take a while. I gotta look at their encryptions on those files, and they're redonkulous.
I understand, just do the best you can. Michelle, I've made some progress on the quantum guard Rose found, but I still haven't been able to make sense of those crystals. Perhaps you can help me get some insight into their nature?
Sure, I'll do what I can.
Kyo, you stay here and do what you can for Rose.
And me, is there anything I can do to help? My grandfather opened his mouth to speak, but no words came out. Actually, Kenji, I'm feeling a bit hungry. Would you mind going to the cafeteria and getting me something to eat? It was pretty obvious that Rose was just trying to be nice, trying to make me feel useful. But as I looked in her gentle eyes, I honestly didn't care. Sure. Was there anything in particular that you'd like to eat?
It doesn't have to be fancy. A turkey sandwich and some tea would be just fine.
Okay. Without another word, I left the experimental lab and made my way to the cafeteria. After a few minutes puttering around, I put together a simple turkey sandwich and some tea for Rose. As soon as this was done, I put everything on a tray and returned to the experimental lab. When I arrived, Tensei and Tessa had already left. I saw Kyo helping Rose sit up, with the English girl groaning in pain.
I'm sorry, Rose, I know you're hurting, but I really do need to check out your back.
I know, I just...
Oh! Rose reached out and put one of her hands on her hurting back. I thought another thought. I hurriedly put down the meal I had assembled for her on a nearby table. Then I made my way over to her and Kyo. Here, let me help. Kyo, what happened?
A really sore back. Even though the regenerators were able to heal the worst of the damage, healing so fast left Rose's back muscles and the rest of it really stiff. It's gonna be at least a day before she's able to move around like she normally would.
So is there anything I can do to help?
Just help me get Rose on her chest. I want to check her back again. Even though her injuries are healed, it's still gonna take some work to get her back in fighting trim.
I moved to help Kyo with Rose. We both moved very slowly, with me jumping out of my skin every time Rose made some noise of pain. It felt like forever until we finally managed to get the English girl on her chest so that Kyo could continue her examination. Kyo swiftly went to work while I watched, wondering just how much time it would take for Rose and the others to fully recover, and if we really had the luxury of giving them that time.
Well, I'm still not seeing much in lingering damage. Guess time really does heal all wounds. But even so, Rose, you're gonna have to do a lot of exercises and more to get back in shape.
Exercises? But my back already hurts so much.
Sorry for the hiccup.
And it's only gonna get worse without proper physical therapy.
Aw.
Look, it won't be that bad. Mostly just stretches and stuff like that. Still. Hey, Kenji, could you do us both a favor?
Sure, what is it?
Any chance you could give Rose a
Massage. Wait.
What? Massage, to do something about all that tension in your back. How about it, Kenji? You think you can handle it?
Let's see what happens when we say give Rose a massage. Ah, it's one of those things that... I guess we have to say you don't know how. I was never really good at this kind of thing. Honestly, if anything, I think I'd just make it worse.
you sure, Kenji? Really sure?
Kyo, I think it'll be just fine. I'm fine. Thank you both.
Ooh, she bailed me out of it. Yeah, I'm sure you've got this covered already, Kyo.
Oh, yeah, of course, I got this. Don't worry, guys. For now, why don't you get out of here and go find some place to relax?
Before we do that, guys, I was going to go ahead and call it an episode. If you guys like this video, be sure you slam that like button like a champ. If you guys want to see more of Time Tenshi 2, right here on the right here with your friendly neighborhood Wrestlegamer, you know the way to do it. You got to hit that subscribe button down below. So that being said, I am your friendly neighborhood Wrestlegamer, and I will see you next time right here on WGS-TV. Bye, guys.